What is up, everybody? My name is Sam Colwell. Despite it being my Instagram name, some of you might also know me as Okarian or Dumb Dingo or anything along those lines. But today we are doing something a little different. This is going to be a Q&A video. Long overdue. It's been a while. And I apologize about that. I work a lot, I'm tired all the time, and I'm the queen of procrastination, so of course I would put it off, but we're gonna do it today. And there was a bunch of questions that were asked literally the time I put up the previous post, which was almost a year ago. These people might not even remember that they asked me questions, but I'm gonna be answering these questions anyways, so we'll get right into it. So the first question here is by LOL just Sean, and there's a bunch of underscores in there, but I'm not going to say those. And they ask, what got you into art? Well, I mean, I've been drawing ever since I could possibly remember, ever since I was a kid and stuff. I always enjoyed drawing. I mean, what kid didn't? But really, I didn't start taking art seriously until I was about 9 or 10-ish, where I was seriously like thinking of it as a profession and as a career, and really got into storytelling and drawing and sketching and actually developing a fundamental, I don't want to say style, but I mean like actually building my structure in art. But if I want to say what got me into art, I mean movies and shows that I watched even when I was a kid, cartoons and stuff. I always loved watching cartoons, and I still do, of course. And any kind of movie I would watch, or even books, helped me get into really making stories and stuff in my future. So I would really have to say those would be a large part of why I got into art. So the next question is by umuseart, and they ask, how old are you? I'm 20. And I'm going to be 21 in January 2018. So the next question is actually 3 questions asked by the same person, and they are asked by unpotentially, and they ask, what is my favorite color, what is my favorite animal, and my favorite number. So my favorite color, I actually like all colors. I don't hate any specific color, but I do have a few favorites. I don't generally have one. I like teals and aqua colors, any of those blue-green shades, beiges, cream colors, coral pinks or like peachy colors, and I like a lot of oranges as well. My favorite animal, if you haven't already guessed it already, is a dingo. I like all kinds of animals. My favorite type of dog is a Shiba Inu. Love dogs, I love cats. I like other animals like bats. I like pandas, raccoons. Sharks are pretty cool, squids and stuff like that, they're all pretty neat, but definitely dingo has to be my favorite animal. And last is, what is my favorite number? I like the number 4, and it's not even just the number 4 as itself. I actually like any kind of number that has the number 4 in it. I don't know why, I just have liked the number 4 ever since I was young, So the next question is actually 2 questions asked by 2 people, but they're very similar, so I decided to kind of put them together. And they are, what inspires you by umuseart, and what motivates you on your designs by Done with Insta 420. Well, there's tons of things in my life that really inspire me. TV shows, cartoons, films, animated films are definitely a huge inspiration for me. Books. More so comic and graphic novels. Music, definitely music, 100%. There's a lot of pieces and actual drawings that I do that are solely inspired by a song or by a certain band that I really enjoy. So definitely music, 100%. And then of course the most obvious is other people's artwork. I've seen so many skilled artists in my lifetime, and every time when I see somebody new, I just get blown away and super inspired to do something myself. And I could sit here and list all the people that really inspire me, but there's another question actually later on that I'm gonna be able to state a few artists that I like. But if I sat here and listed all the artists that I follow or am inspired by, we'd be here for a while. So, and as for the last part of the second question about what motivates me on my designs, it's basically when I design a character or when I design someone, I really start simple. If you look at a lot of my original artworks on certain characters like 4 to 5 years ago or even more, the overall character design and what they're wearing and how they look kind of stays the same throughout the years. The only thing that really changes is my overall art skill increases over the years and stuff like that. I like to stay quite simple when it comes to that stuff. Overly complex characters sometimes aren't good. And not in a, like, it's good for you because they're very unique, but at the same time it's horrible for you because this character might be so complex that you can barely draw them the same every single time. And I like to keep them as close to real as I can. I know that my graphic novel's in a very fantasy setting. So the next question here is asked by Done with Insta 420 again, and they ask, are you self-taught or did you go to school? No, I am self-taught, I guess. I did not go to school or take any art classes or anything like that. I will be going to school in 2018. I'm going to art school so I can be eligible for my internship in California, but I never took any classes when I was growing up, so I did technically teach myself to draw, I guess you could say. So the next question is from Sickly Sweet Art, and they ask, will you be doing any instructional/tutorial videos on your YouTube? Maybe? Possibly? I don't really know. I'm not much of a teacher when it comes to trying to show somebody anything, really. But there's a lot of things that are actually needed for that kind of thing. A workspace would definitely be a huge thing for that, showing people how to color or draw or anything like that. I don't have a desk here at home, which is surprising, I know. So I don't really have a place where I can really set up my computer or a camera or anything like that, which is, of course, the second thing is I need a good something to record with, basically, whether it's a camera or a webcam or anything like that. I don't have that. I have this really shitty old webcam that I used for my old sticker speed arts, and there's a reason why I haven't done sticker speed arts in a while, because that webcam is garbage. Yeah, maybe after college or something like that, when I'm done college and I have something set up. So the next question is asked by juicyghost. You've been waiting for this for a while, I apologize. How do you know what colors work well with each other? Complementary colors. Do you have a color wheel? If not, I absolutely suggest you get one, because it will help you show which colors complement one another. And you can actually use that for different saturations of colors to help complement one another. So an example here, orange and blue complement each other, and you can use different variations of those shades to get complementary colors with them. So orange and blue complement each other, and red and green also complement each other, and you can mix those together to have another set of complementary colors in a different saturation. So yeah, I definitely suggest getting a color wheel for that. But I also had this app a few years ago on my old iPod, and it was a color scheme app, and what it would do is you would take a picture of something in real life, and it would pull out these general colors that would be very specific in this picture, and it would give you a color scheme. And it was great. And this app actually helped me a lot with my color scheme project. It gave me a variety of different colors that I could choose from, which also helped me get an idea of what colors complement one another as well. So the next question is by Mudkipp, and they ask, who or what inspired you to start forming your unique style? Okay, this is going to be a very difficult question for me to answer. without trying to sound really stupid, but I don't know. I know that sounds really stupid, but I really didn't know when I was forming my style, and a lot of artists don't. And I get that a lot when there's a lot of younger artists who ask me, how do I come up with a style? How do I form a style or anything like that? You don't. You let it happen naturally, and that's kind of what happened with me too. I didn't sit down and try to just make a style, because you end up copying somebody very heavily, or you end up stealing somebody's style. But a style, I guess, comes from everything that you have been surrounded in. It's similar to an inspiration kind of thing. So everyone that I have seen as an artist has inspired me and has inspired my style. Colors have inspired my style. Music has inspired my style. Same with one of the beginning questions, books, movies, and cartoons and stuff like that. They've all inspired my style without even realizing it. And I know that sounds dumb, but there's a lot of beginner artists out there who actually just try to focus on developing this style that's unique and creative, and they end up missing the basic fundamental points of art in general. They don't know how to do anatomy well because they didn't bother learning that. They don't know how to do perspective or color theory or basic shading or anything like that, because they were so focused on developing this style that ended up being something generic anyways. So if I really have to answer this question that doesn't sound really stupid, I guess I could say some of my favorite artists who inspired me in general, who also inspired my style and the way I color and the characters I've made. They're definitely some of the main points in just inspiration in general. So my favorite artist of all time is Tyson Hesse. He has been my favorite artist for many years. But even just in general, there's so many artists who have met, like I mentioned before. If I sat here and I listed them off, we'd be here for a while. But some other mentions, I really like Tracy Butler, Dan Lovisi, Joe Vereen, I believe it's pronounced, Aries, and all kinds of other artists who have inspired me over the years, just whether it's been with art or my style in general. But like I mentioned before too, cartoons, one of my favorite cartoons is Adventure Time, Futurama, my favorite animated film is Akira. All of those are huge inspirations for me and continue to inspire me and develop my style for even more future skill, I guess. And I know that sounds kind of stupid when I'm trying to explain it to anybody, but it's really how it is. You don't really make a style, it just kind of happens. So that is my Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a little different. It was different for me too. I was able to answer most of the questions that were somewhat relevant to the general art-ish topic. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't too bad. And hopefully maybe this will start up my activity on my YouTube channel, because obviously I haven't updated my YouTube channel in over a year. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.